I love a good party, and I especially love a good party on a cruise ship because they are always done so well.
So do I, Ali. And you know who does some of the best parties around on cruise ships?
I do.
P&O.
Hi, we are Rob and Ali sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel, and today we are going to tell you all about the P&O parties and the latest updates.
That's right. We've done a video on these before, but as of June this year, 2024, P&O have changed their parties.
They change depending on how long away you are on the cruise. So for a short cruise, for a 3 or 4 nighter, they always have the following kind of theme nights on their parties. So they will have a sail away. Sail aways tend to be, they're always at sail away, but sail away time tends to be about 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, sometimes up till about 7 o'clock. So that kind of time. And it's obviously as you're leaving the port. So a big thing is made of that. Normally they're on the deck, weather permitting. It's only in choppy weather and in rain that we've been brought into the atrium. Then there is
before we leave sail away parties, they may or may not have a theme. You'll find out about that beforehand.
Yes, then they will have it's called a Bianca night. I think everybody kind of refers to them as white night. And white night is obviously where you wear white. Now, normally this kind of event starts from when you leave your cabin to go and start your evening activities. So it's not all day, and it's not normally for a particular event. It is sort of for the evening once you've left, and it's pretty much everybody just wears white. You just whatever takes your fancy. So you can get dressed up in a beautiful. If you wanted to go in a white tux with white shoes, that's beautiful, or lovely white gown.
Or tennis shirts and a t-shirt. We've actually seen people in bathrobes before. On a white bathrobe or sheets like a toga.
We did.
We
did. I think actually somebody forgot to pack something white and did a makeshift. And they didn't go to dinner like that, but they went up to the party on the Lido round the pool. And actually, it was a bit of a hoot, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Be imaginative.
Yeah.
It's your cruise. It's your cruise.
Yeah. So that's basically is the theme. And although that sounds like a bit of a nothing, it has a real vibe to it. And it's probably, I don't know, it has a buzz to it because everybody's dressed in white, and they'll throw a big party. And I don't know, it's lovely. Yeah. It's something nice to take part in, and very, very simple. You don't have to go out and buy anything special. One of the other nights, this is one of my favorites as well, is the Gatsby night. So sort of Gatsby roaring 20s. Now it used to be, so this is the actual sort of evening party. Again, normally people will get dressed up the moment they leave their cabin for the evening to go for your evening meal or whatever activity, and just wear that throughout the night. But there will be a specific party.
Actually, the Gatsby party is quickly sort of like replacing the formal night on these short cruises as well, and people do dress a little bit more formally in their roaring 20s, so the waistcoats and the ties and the hats, and it really is a very fun night.
Used to be that the Gatsby nights were very much that the ladies would just wear their headband with the feather, a kind of glittery dress with a few fringes on the bottom, and the guys would all wear the sort of the shirts with the braces, and maybe a trilby or something like that. And that was pretty much the norm. Well, since some things like Peaky Blinders have been out, which have the flat caps and the waistcoats and the little pocket watch, that's become more popular. And for the roaring 20s, for the ladies, you've got more that kind of the mall and gangster style. And we've also seen some of the guys dressed as gangsters with the big shoulder pads. People have gone more and more experimental, and it is just so much fun to watch.
Again, it's your cruise, you go for it. But what we would say is that you will generally not find costumes available for hire or purchase on board the ships. What they will do is they may have some tables with some knickknacks and accessories, so things like maybe a headband with the feather in, or maybe some gloves,
or something.
pair of braces.
And we mean to buy. We don't mean you just go along and just. It's not, it's not a rummage of what people have left. That's what it sounded like. There'll be some knickknacks. Yeah, it's like what people have left. No, these are things in sort of like the marketplace or somewhere, or one of the shops.
Yeah, outside shops
that you can buy.
And quite often they will have an activity during the day where you can make. So it'll be a headband making activity or something like that. So look out for those on the Good Times if you want to make your own accessories for your Gatsby night. So those two are on the 3 and 4 nights. You'll always get those on the 3 and 4 night cruises, unless it is a particular themed cruise. So something like an 80s or a 90s, not the comedy. The comedy one has the usual format, but the 80s, 90s countries.
Elvis, I think, was thrown in there.
Yeah, those ones. Disco.
They could have done White Night for Elvis, though. We could have all.
I've seen some Elvises on White Night.
I was going to say we could have all worn our white suits, but I don't know whether everybody possesses one of those white Elvis suits. Anyway, so if it's a particular theme,
there will be theme nights particular to that, and they will tell you beforehand via an email. So what if it's a longer cruise? So if it's a 7-night or longer cruise, you still get the Sail Away, you still get the White Night, and you still get the Gatsby, but you also now get an Allen night. This used to be the back to school party, which was adults only, but now P&O have gone back to the old Allen night party, which they used to have and was always great fun. Allen night, you can probably work it out what it is. It's basically put on your Hawaiian shirt, put on your shorts, put on your flower lace, because it's Allen time.
That's pretty much, it's pretty easy, isn't it, to do that? You don't need a grass skirt or anything like that. You can just something nice and florally and bright.
And again, you will find some accessory tables or some craft making activities during the day, just those little finishing touches to it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Now the Allen night, along with the White and Gatsby, all the parties are now family friendly.
Now, that's a big one. So let's get into specifics then. I'm not going to say that twice, about each of those parties. So Sail Away, as we said, it's normally on the Lido deck outside, weather permitting. And pretty much people will get dressed up for this, normally in kind of the Hawaiian shirts and things like that. They'll kind of make a little bit of an effort to get into that holiday vibe. There'll be a bit of dancing, drinking, and it's basically they'll have the DJ playing. It's not normally live music, but the DJ, sometimes the entertainment crew will come out and they will do sort of organised dancing. They'll do a little display for you, and people tend to start joining in. It's just a great way to loosen up and just kind of meet your fellow passengers, and you get an idea then of sort of how much fun everybody wants to have, and it just kind of sets the scene for holiday.
The photographers will be out, and they will be taking pictures of everybody. So check out the gallery. The
White Night or the P&O Party. So they do have a family party on the Lido deck. Normally starts at around 7 p.m. This is hosted by the youth staff. It'll have music and games and things. Now, if you are a go to bed early, an early riser sort of person, and you don't want to be staying up until the later party, which, that's what some adults do, don't feel that you can't go to that party, that family one. It's very much open house for anybody to join in. You will not look out of place if you are just a couple or whatever, or you're a group of older people.
And if your children are younger children, you want to be with them, have a dance, and
well, sometimes the timings don't fit in with your meal time and other activities you want to do. So you're perfectly great to go to that one. Actually, you could go to both if you wanted to. And then when's the main one, Rob?
The main one is usually around about 9 o'clock for the P&O, and that is usually held...
That's also the Lido deck.
That's also the Lido deck.
weather permitting again. And that does have a live band normally, so that'll have a mixture of a live band and DJ.
That's right.
Which is always nice to kind of mix it up. And then on that night, if that's not enough for you after all the other activities and things that you do as well, there is always the after party in the nightclub. And so the nightclub is not just for you young ones out there. Well, it's for the younger heart. So actually it is, everybody is welcome and everybody goes. So if you are kind of, I was going to say old fuddy-duddies. You can be an old fuddy-duddy. We're not old fuddy-duddies. We will go to the nightclub if we want to do something after 11 o'clock and still in all our white gear. Yep. And trying to avoid the, what's the light, that black light that shows everything up when you're in white and your teeth go white. Yeah, try to avoid that in the nightclub. Tell me about the Gatsby night.
Gatsby night follows a very similar format. There is a family party, but the family party for the Gatsby night is usually held in the Turtle Cove and Shark Shack. That really is for the younger children, and the parents don't usually go along to that. It's usually a party that the youth staff put on for the children. Again, round about the 7 o'clock timing, and then 9:30, depending on the cruise director, you will get the main party in the atrium, in the lobby of the cruise ship, where they do have live music.
Now, the beauty of having the party in the lobby, in the atrium, is that this is on 3 floors, and so the bottom floor is where the band is, and also where the dance area is, and then also you can then be on the balconies as it goes up, and the stairways coming down, so you can
They
go
generally
up and
all
stand.
fill out. The balconies, the stairways,
the stairways
the
and
lobby,
everything.
everywhere usually all fills out for Gatsby. It's a very, very popular night.
So if you don't fancy dancing or anything, you don't want to be in the thick of the crowds, you can still join in. You can be up on the balcony, you can kind of tap your feet, join in, and you can just be on one of those other levels, which is it's fabulous. It's a fabulous night.
It is.
And then yet again, if you are up for it, there's always the after party in the nightclub with the DJ. And as I say, any age, off you go. It's as long as you can keep standing, really, isn't it?
It is. The third party on the 7-night plus cruises is Island Night, and that is also up on the Lido deck. It starts off with the family party, which is round about 7 o'clock again. Following that is the main party at round about 9:30.
So again, as we said with the P&O party on the Lido deck, you can go to the earlier one, the 7 o'clock one, if that fits your timing better. Or you want to go to both. They're a little bit different, but you don't have to be part of a family or have children to go to that 7 o'clock one. It's a lot of fun. They have a few more little games and sort of set dancing with that one. The 9:30 one, that's when you'll have the band as well as the DJ, and pretty much, I guess once you've got the band, it's a lot more interactive, and sort of the dancing and things, you'll do a little bit of sort of dancing together. There's always the nut bush and things like that you can join in, or not, as the fancy takes you. Yeah, it's just lots and lots of fun, and it's nice to see people dressed up, and as I say, it's very simple. You just put your Hawaiian shirts and your leis on. And then yet again, if you can take the pace, Robert, can you? Can you?
Of course.
Can you keep up with me?
Yes.
Because I'm off to the nightclub.
Not in the box yet.
Yet again, let's carry on the party in the nightclub.
That's right.
In our island wear.
That's right. Now, actually, now you mentioned that, a couple of things to point out is, although these are theme parties, and although a lot of people do get dressed up, this is not compulsory. You do not need to dress up to join in these parties. You can still take part and have a great deal of fun in whatever clothes you just happen to have on or happen to be wearing on that night. It doesn't need to be in theme. There generally will be a mixture of people who are dressed up and people who are not dressed up, so you're not going to be on your own whichever way you go. The other thing I want to say also is that the nightclub parties, the ones that are in the nightclub after 11 o'clock, are 18 plus only.
Yes.
Yes, anybody under 18 will not be allowed into those parties, and they will be asked to leave if they're in there. So yeah, that is the new 2024 P&O Party lineup.
I guess another nice thing about this is because they're not sort of fancy dress, they're just themes. You do just wear those sort of outfits all night. You're still comfortable. You can still be comfortable and party.
Yeah.
And as we say, you know, even with something like the Gatsby, there's not a lot of effort. You don't have to get dressed up particularly to be part of it, and just join in all the activities and all the fun of the parties.
Okay. We hope that's given you some idea about what the lineup of the parties are for 2024 on P&O Cruises.
I'm ready. I'm ready for my dance now. I'm ready to sing, and I am.
If you've liked this video, if you found it useful, please hit like, hit subscribe and hit the notification button if you want to see more of our videos. We're going to leave you for now and say thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video.
Take care.
Yep.
And happy cruising.
Bye for now.
Bye.
7-night
Do
cruises.
they just do the same twice?
Well, yes, they do. Actually, well, no, what? How? What? No, what? Of course they don't. So if you feel like doing your tropical dance, swinging your legs and...
you say swinging your legs.
Swing your legs.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say that. It's funny. You can do that as well if you want.